iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted and league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV here on this Friday night, round number 7 of the American Dirt Series, presented by A&J Custom Creations. 360 Wing Sprint Cars here tonight, live from the virtual Lernerville Speedway in Summer, Pennsylvania. Qualifying on the program right now, so let's go and take a look at some of the drivers. We've gone through 1 minute of qualifying already at this stage, and well, at the moment, Nicholas McGeethy with a 13.575. See Ashton Miller on the screen right now, getting ready to take his first lap times as well. He goes quick time with a 13.541. A 13.541. Ashton Miller goes to position number 1 and out rolls the inaugural winner of the iRacing World Championships, the 410 Wing Sprint Cars, driving the Speed Factory Altus Esports VRS number 98 machine. That is Tim Ryan. Tim Ryan in car number 98 will get the green flag for the first of 2 laps to try and best the time. We see Joshua Walton with 13.506. Joshua Walton with a 13.506. Kenny Hoffman 13.312. Tim Ryan, lap number 1, is going to be second quick with a 13.354, a 13.354. Gunnar Harris goes to position number 3. Second lap a little quicker, same spot with a 13.341 for Tim Ryan. Gunnar Harris is third quick at the moment, 13.483. That looks like that'll wrap up the so far what will be 26 cars that have taken to the racetrack for qualifying. 27 did so they did sign into the pit area. We're just waiting on Jesse Bandy for that one, but I don't think Jesse is going to make it. But again, qualifying about to wrap up here, and again we'll get ready to get into the first of what will be 3, make that 4 heat races. Should be 4 heat races on the program, in fact. No, No, it is going to be 3. So 10 cars in the heats. Alright, it is official. Quick time going to the man in that number 11 machine. That is Kenny Hoffman. 10 laps, top 3. We'll go through to the feature event. Let's take a look at those qualifying results. Here they are. Kenny Hoffman with a 13.312. Tim Ryan, Gunnar Harris, Joshua Walton, Ashton Mealy at top 5. Nicholas McGee, Anthony Morano, Donald Tullis, Joseph Granny and Taylor Wineland rounding out your top 10. Heat number 1 lining up on the racetrack right now and on the pole position. It's going to be that Nitro Circus Next Level Racing number 11 machine of Kenny Hoffman. To the outside of the front row in caliber 81, the Hobbs Trenching and Boring entry, that is Joshua Walton. We go back to the second row, Full Throttle Motorsports, number 32 machine of Anthony Morano. He'll start position number 3. And driving the Vanderpool Construction, number 25T, Taylor Wineland will line up from position number 4. Driving the LGR Motorsports, Redline Designs, number 56 machine, Randy Shreves will start from position number 5. And to the outside from 6, driving the Helms Racing Inc., Tim Sims, number 81T, that is Tanner Butler from 6. 7th to be the 95 entry of Dakota Kuhn from position number 8. It's the 214 of Stephen Lindo. And then Nicholas Shell in car number 96 for Inferno Motorsports. Going to make up what will be 9 cars in heat race number 1. We'll send them around twice behind the iRacing.com safety car and then green flag in 1 lap's time. Looking forward to this one. In fact, I was going to do it, but it's probably too late. We've got something in the works for next week. We've just got to wait on... Going to wait on a couple of little things, but we've got something in the works hopefully for next week. But here we are getting ready to go racing off for turn number 4. Kenny Hoffman, Joshua Walton. They roll down the back straight away. Who will take out the opening heat race of the night? Who will start on pole? Your 30-lap main event. Well, let's find out. 10 laps on the board. We are green. Hoffman will go straight to the top side of the racetrack. Walton went straight down to the low side. Walton's going to have the lead down the midway point of the back straightaway. Walton continues to work to the inside grip, but Kenny Hoffman going to work his magic around the outside, and he will lead lap number 1. So Hoffman right upstairs, right up on the cushion. One little mistake, and he'll jump over the cushion. You'll go off the edge of the racetrack. Something he strives will have to contend with. Shreves now getting by the 32 car of Morano. They go side by side for 4th and 5th position. Shreves gets clear of the 32 Full Throttle Motorsports entry of Anthony Morano. Now sets his sights on the Vanderpool Construction number 25 machine. That's Taylor Wineland. He hit the guardrail on the front straightaway. Now you've got a 3-way battle for the final transfer spot. Shreves goes off the racetrack. There was some contact there with Wineland. Wineland now goes off the racetrack. Give Morano that 3rd and final transfer position. We go yellow. Maybe we had a saving grace there because we didn't get that lap completed before the yellow come out. Shreves will actually go ahead of the 32 car of Anthony Morano. So a tough break for Taylor Wineland in that number 25 machine. So heat number 1 of 3. And of course we should have 2 B mains. So we'll lock in 9 from the B mains. In fact, we might have a 21 car feature event. Just for the simple fact that we normally take 22. 22 minus 9, it gives us 13, and I dare say we'll take the top 6 from the B mains. Here we go, coming back to the green flag. Kenny Hoffman, Joshua Walton. Walton again dies down to the inside, cuts the grass. Here comes Morano, 2 for the price of 1. Morano says, thank you very much, Ken Morano. Walton going to slide up 3 wide almost. Oh no, it's going to be Dakota Kuhn of the 95 machine. He'll go around, there was contact, 3 wide off turn 4 there. with Shrees, Morano and Kuhn caught the worst end of that stick. 3 to run with Kenny Hoffman. Again, rails the top side of the racetrack. The hop stretching and boring 81 machine of Joshua Walton still finding himself into the runner-up position. Then you go back to Morano in that all-important transfer position. Right now he's on the bubble. Now gets to the inside on Walton. Walton a little slower there through 1 and 2. See if Walton can hold on. Walton nearly off the edge of the racetrack. Really going to open up the door for Randy Shrees to come in as the white flag is out. 1 lap left to go. We stay focused on the battle for the final transfer position. Walton has got it. He'll go to protective mode down to the inside. In fact, he'll slide up across the front of Anthony Morano. Keeps the foot in the bucket and stays back to the outside. Morano going to hold on to a runner-up spot here in heat race number 1. Let's take a look at those results coming up on screen. Here they are. Kenny Hoffman gets the win. Second will go to Anthony Morano. Joshua Walton third. Randy Shrees fourth. Stephen Lindo rounds out your top 5. Nicholas Shell, Taylor Wineland, Tanner Butcher and Dakota Kuhn for the 9 cars in heat number 1. Heat number 2 lining up like this on the pole position with the 98 car of Tim Ryan. And to the outside of the front row in car number 5, Ashton Mealer. We go to your second row in the 99, Donald Toulos alongside Chase Johnson driving the 420. He'll start from position number 4. We go back to the third row inside and outside from position number 5. It's the 8 machine of Ross Kaiser. And to the outside driving the 79 machine, that is Dean Reynolds. Your 7th starter in the 814 entry is going to be Brad Waite and the 29 car of Stephen Fernberg. He'll start position number 8. You go back to Stacey Elmore in the 22 machine from position number 9 now. We're going to reload timing and scoring. So bear with us for a second. Because I believe that couple of these drivers and cars are not showing the correct ones. Lights are out on the safety car. We're getting ready to go racing off for corner number 4. Tim Ryan, Ashton Mealer front row. Talos and Johnson in row 2. Then you go back to Kaiser and Reynolds, row 3. Waite, Fernberg in row 4. And Stacey Elmore in row number 5. Here we go. Heat number 2, penultimate heat race of the night. Still plenty of action to come here on Ultimate Turn TV. And the green flag drops. And the throttle goes down. And oh boy, there goes Chase Johnson off the edge of the racetrack. There was contact there with the 99 of Talos. Here comes Kaiser now looking out of the inside. Cuts it to the middle of the racetrack. He slides up, but no, it's not going to be Ross Kaiser. He's back in 4th position while the left front trying to use some lawnmower experience right there. Trying to cut the grass very short. Here comes the 79 car of Dean Reynolds. Oh no, look out, Ashton Mealer. Oh, he's made an absolute meal of that one. Huge ride for the 5 machine of Ashton Mealer. Going all on his Pat Malone. And all Post Malone. From turn 4 to the middle of turn 1. So yellows will come on here at the virtual Lernerville Speedway. Tim Ryan at the moment, your race leader. Talos in the 99 car. Then you go back to Ross Kaiser, Dean Reynolds. That'll be the second row. Brad Waite, Stephen Fernberg in row 3. Elmore and Johnson in row number 4. Of course, you can see Mealer back in the pit area. So lights still on the racing.com official page truck. They will turn off this time, and we will get ready to go racing off for corner number 4. Field in the hands of the 98 machine of Tim Ryan. Just saying, it's not a Delaware double file restart, boys. Alright, so the light's still flashing, I dare say. They may have to wait for the safety car to come back out. Here it is, making its way back out onto the racetrack. So better late than never. We'll get the sprint cars stopped on the back straight away. So again, this is round number 7 of your American Dirt Series, presented by A&J Custom Creations. Week number 7, we've had 4 winners so far. Lernerville, who has 2 wins. He picked up the first 2 races of the season. I don't think we've seen him since. Kenny Hoffman has had 1 win. John Helms has had 1 win. And Josh Wyman, who is your points leader, has also had 1 win on this. Josh Wyman has had 2 wins, I should say, on the season. Again, he's your points leader over Ashton Millage by a mere 6 points, who is, well, now going to have to come through the B main. John Helms, Jesse Dacus, Chad Coate, that is the rest of your drivers in the top 5. And we'll see that where these drivers line up, how the points will be after round number 7. You get 1 drop week to find out who will become champion of the American Dirt Series, A&J Custom Creations. 360 wing sprint cars back to the green, 3 down, 7 to go, and Ross Kaiser got a good jump from the inside of the second row, cuts it down to the inside through 1, up for turn number 2. Now he's right up near the cushion, and now Ross Kaiser can set sight and set sail on the back of the 98 machine, but it is Tim Ryan who's got half a second lead. And boy, I tell you what, if there's 2 guys that know how to run the cushion here at Lernerville Speedway, you're watching them in first and second spot right there. Tullis in 3rd position, Dean Reynolds in 4th, fresh off a podium. Big block modifieds in the Coast to Coast Racing League last night. Yellow is out, and we have Stephen Fernberg in the 29 machine. Johnson got his inside, but that was in the back straight away. Front end, right front out, does not look all that pretty in that car. I dare say there he is. He's in fact already going back to the pit area. On board and watching out the back of your race leader of Tim Ryan. Lights should be out on the pace truck this time, hopefully. No, they are still flashing, so we'll stay. No, they are in fact out. I don't know. Can't see that far ahead. Get on board with your race leader. Yes, they are flashing. I was right. I can do something right. See what Ross Kaiser can do in the number 8 machine. Alright, so the single file restart is going to work for us here off for turn number 4, 6 down and 4 to go. And a good launch there by Tim Ryan. You can see Ross Kaiser just got a little out of shape there on the restart, and you can see the distance that Tim has already put between himself and Kaiser. Ryan still leads the way over Kaiser in 2nd position on board right now with Ross Kaiser. watching out the back of that number 8 machine. Get a real good sense of how they get around this Lernerville Speedway with just 2 laps left to run. How difficult it can be and how close they get to the cushion and off the edge of the racetrack. White flag is out, 1 lap left to go for the 99 car, the 98 car of Tim Ryan. Can Reynolds in the 79, can he get by the 99 of Donald Tollis? It's not going to happen. Into 3 off for turn 4, Ryan went to the low side, Tim Ryan wins in race 2. Second lost guy, Tollis in 3rd in the 99 machine. Can we take a look at your official results coming up for heat race number 2? There it is, Tim Ryan, Ross Kaiser, Donald Tonos, the top 3. Dean Reynolds, Brad Waite, 4th and 5th position. Off to a B main they go. Chase Johnson, Stephen Fernberg, Stacey Elmore and Ashton Miller will all find themselves headed to one of 2 B mains. Heat number 3. Getting ready to roll onto the racetrack right now. Gunnar Harris in the 54 car will start to the pole position. On the outside of the front row, the 73 of Nicholas McGeethy from position number 2. From position number 3, it's the 518 of Joseph Grandy. From 4, it's the 35 of Miles Jansen. Then we go back to your 5th starter in car number 77, that is Dustin Sargent. From 6, it's the 39 Training Wheels Racing entry of Patrick Spangler. The 51 of Robert Boggs will line up at a position number 7, and the 7 car of Craig Selby lines up at a position number 8, and Jesse Beatty in car number 49 start from position number 9. So 3rd and final heat race of the evening. Here in the virtual Lernerville Speedway in Sava, Pennsylvania. What is now the back end of this season. Next week, Williams Grove Speedway. So this is the first of 3 visits to Pennsylvania. Next week, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, Williams Grove Speedway. Then the following week, December 29, Port Royal. And then January 5th, all roads lead to the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. But here we go, heat race number 3. Gunnar Harris, Nicholas McGeethy getting ready to drop the hammer. We're green off the corner number 4. It'll be Gunnar Harris again, straight to the top of turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Miles Jansen around the outside. Oh boy, Patrick Spangler off the racetrack. Some cars coming in. Selby, Sargent, Bandy, Boggs. It was a good 3 or 4 cars in that one. And the first time we'll see the yellow in heat race number 3. And tonight, the first of 3 weeks here in the virtual world of Pennsylvania. Lernerville tonight, Williams Grove next week, Port Royal to wrap up the year. And then fresh into 2024, January 5th. Home of the World Finals, Charlotte, the dirt track at Charlotte. So Sargent going back to the pits. Wonderful to see that 77 car come back out onto the raceway. Whether he'll have to start tail end of one of 2 B mains. Lights are out, single file start coming out, 2 down, 8 to run. So I don't think I've seen Josh Whiteman or John Helms here tonight. So I think there is only one of the top 5 drivers, and get this, 3 of the top 10. Kenny Hoffman, Joseph Grandy, and Ashton Miller. Those guys are all in attendance, but here we go. Green flag comes back out here at Lernerville Speedway. Miles Jansen trying to get by the 518 car. Joseph Grandy down into 3 and 4. Spangler all over the back of Jansen. Jansen had to cut it down to the inside, down into turn number 1. Slide job is engaged. It's going to be a long, slow slider. It leaves a lane for the outside car of the 518 car. Joseph Grandy. Now Spangler going to try and throw his hat in the mix and go for a 3-car battle for the final transfer position. Spangler and Jansen side by side down the front straightaway. Jansen around the outside of Spangler. Didn't want to commit to the full slider, was the 39 car. And Jansen now really closing in on the back of the 518 car. Gets a run down the front straightaway, but not once, but twice into the guardrail wall. And that will give up a spot. No, not quite, as here comes the 49 car, Jesse Bandy. I thought Bandy was going to go 2 for the price of 1. Bandy from the 9 starting spot. He's up to position number 5. Make that 6 as Patrick Spangler goes back by the 39 in the 39. Bandy going to slide up across the nose of the 39 car. Patrick Spangler. Spangler meanwhile will turn it back underneath him. And meanwhile, your battle for the transfer spot is starting to heat up one more time. Joseph Grady, the 518 car, has got it! Oh, McGeethy off the racetrack will go yellow and we'll send it to overtime. Green, white checker incoming. I tell you what, while we've got this opportunity, this coming week, if you're not already involved, Thursday, December 21, Sean Timmerman Memorial Race. Live on Ultimate Dirt TV, live across the social media pages. This one is not to be missed. You do not want to miss this one. Prelims going off. First prelim going up at 7 o'clock Keystone. They'll go off, as you can see, in 15-minute increments to allow and to get us what will be 60 drivers taken from the prelims. There's a bunch of prizes being given out. Again, we'll explain more on that. Again, the Sean Timmerman Memorial Race, Thursday, December 21. Lights will go out on the pace truck as the car comes across the start-finish line. There we go, lights are out. And well, Jesse Bandy's now got an opportunity to get a shot into the main event directly from the heats. Just got to make one more pass. That first car that is sitting on the bubble is that 35 car of Miles Jansen. We go back to green. It is overtime here in heat race number 3. Spangler diving down to the inside. Not going to complete the pass there on Jesse Bandy, but Jandy well works it back around the outside. Meanwhile, Miles Jansen throws the slider on Joseph Grandy. And Jansen has got second at the start-finish line. Here comes Grandy back to the middle of the racetrack through 1 and 2. Jansen's got the run, but it's not going to be denied. The 54 car of Gunnar Harris off the corner number 4. Victorious Spangler trying to win on Grandy. Heat 3 is done and dusted in the books. Now we get set for the first of 2 B mains on the program. Let's take a look at heat race number 3 results coming up on screen. So there is Gunnar Harris, Miles Jansen, and Joseph Grandy. In fact, just the 1 B main, I should say. So Spangler, Bandy, Silby, Boggs, McGeethy, and Sargent will be going to the B main, which will see 18 cars contest 15 laps, and the top 13 will go to the show. Let's take a look at your starting lineup on the pole position. It'll be the 56 car of Randy Shreves. And to the outside of the front row, the 79 car of Dean Reynolds from position number 2. We go back to row number 2, from position number 3, Patrick Spangler. From 4, it's the 214 car of Stephen Lindo. Then we go back to your 5th starter. Inside your 3rd row with the 814 car of Brad Waite, and from 6, the 49 of Jesse Bandy. 4th row inside and outside, the 96 of Nicholas Shell starts position number 7, and Chase Johnson driving the 420 lines up at a position number 8. Craig Silvey in car 7 will start from position at number 9. Taylor Wineland lining up at a position number 10. Position number 12, it's Stephen Furberg in car, that's position number 11 in the 29. From 12, it's the 51 car of Robert Boggs. Then we go back to Tanner Butler in the 81T. From 13, the 07, Stacey Elmore. From 14, 15th, that's going to be the 73 car of Nicholas McGeeth, the Dakota Coon in the 95. From 16, and the final row, the 5 car of Ashton Mueller will start 17th alongside Dustin Sargent in car 77 from position number 18. 15 laps, top 13 going through, so sending 5 home. And from 27, we will dwindle this field down to just 22 cars for your main event for 30 laps around the Lernerville Speedway. Randy Shreves, Dean Reynolds, front row, Patrick Spangler, Stephen Lindo in that 2nd row. Who will get the 13 transfer spots? Well, let's wait and find out, because the green flag goes up, the throttle goes down, and we're underway here in your last chance qualifier. B-main action. Spangler trying to move there on Randy Shreves, already through turn number 1 and 2 as they work down the back straightaway. For the first time in your B-main, your last chance qualifier, Patrick Spangler. I think he may have led lap number 1. Spangler now going to cut the grass down into 1 and 2 one more time. And here comes Randy Shreves, your race for the leaders on down the back straightaway. 1 upstairs, 1 down to the inside of the racetrack. And Patrick Spangler still leading the way. Meanwhile, Dean Reynolds, well, you can say safe to say that right now, Dean Reynolds, he's got the best seat in the house as we go on board right now with Dean Reynolds as we watch this battle unfold between the top 2 drivers. We'll get a good sense of where this racetrack is at the moment. I can tell you where it's at. It's at Sava, Pennsylvania. We'll go yellow. Oh, Tanner Butler in the 81 car. Oh. Okay. Look at the 420 car of Chase Johnson. Boy, that was a real dog's breakfast right there. Right now, just rolling around, probably at 2 to green at the moment. I'm watching the 39 car, the Training Wheels Racing entry of Patrick Spangler. There we go, we're back to green here at Lernerville Speedway. Spangler works down the back straight away. Shreves, Reynolds, your top 3. Then you go back to Jesse Bandy in the 49 car to the outside of the 79 car of Dean Reynolds. Reynolds thought he was going to drive a little deep down into 1 there, but with Bandy to the outside. Bandy He will claim the third spot on the racetrack. Reynolds right through the middle. Here comes Craig Silvey to the inside right now of Dean Reynolds. They work down through 1 and 2. Stephen Lindo watching this battle unfold again, trying to get into the mix and trying to get into a top 5 with a better starting spot. In tonight's 30-lap main event, we're near half race distance. 7 down, 8 to run. Reynolds and Selby along with Jesse Bandy, 3rd, 4th and 5th position right there on your screen. Selby making it work on the low side of the racetrack. Boy, Selby's good through 3 and 4. I think 1 and 2 starting to hurt him just a little bit, especially on the exit of that turn, exit of turn number 2. For the racetrack, oh boy, not going to be a good corner there for Craig Selby. I think he can get to the top in 1 and 2, maybe go bottom 3 and 4. Miller up to 6th position, make that back to 7th. There goes McGeethy trying to force Miller into a mistake. Remember, Ashton Miller, 2nd in the points, and with the top 5, he is the only driver inside the top 5 that is here in attendance. He's more than likely, should he make the main event, he is more than likely going to come away with the championship lead at the moment. Top 13 is the cutoff position, and Robert Boggs will make that Dakota Kuhn. Those two drivers are going to fight it out for the final transfer position. But boy, it is getting busy right now, just around and just inside the top 10 positions. Robert Boggs in 12th. Now here is your battle for that final transfer spot. Elmore and Kuhn. Oh boy, Kuhn into the left rear there of Elmore. And now here comes Brad White now into the mix. White flag is out, 1 lap left to go for Patrick Spangler to start position number 10 in your main event. Working down the back straight away for the final time into turn number 3. About to come off corner number 4. Checkered flag is out. Boy, Silby made a late race pass there. Boy, it was on during that one. Let's take a look at your official results here. The only B main, Patrick Spangler gets to win over Randy Shrees in 2nd position. 3rd is going to be Craig Silby, Jesse Bandy, 14. Reynolds rounds out your top 5. Ashton Miller home in 6th. Nicholas McGeethy in position number 7. 8th to be Nicholas Shell. Then you go back to Dustin Sargent 9th. Stephen Lindo rounding out your top 10. In the final three transfer spots, Stephen Fernberg, Brad White and Dakota Kuhn to make up the final transferees. Fortune for the likes of Taylor Wineland, Stacey Elmore, Robert Boggs, Chase Johnson and Tanner Butler. Well, we say farewell from Lernerville Speedway for those guys. We'll have to see those guys hopefully back next week at the Williams Grove Speedway for what is round number 8 of 10, followed by Port Royal right in between the Christmas and New Year period, and followed up by the dirt track at Charlotte on January 5th in 2024. Well, with that being said, we'll take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt. When we come back, we'll pay some bills. Your 30-lap main event on the other side of these quick commercial breaks.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends.
Alright, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV, coverage of your American Dirt Series 360 Wing Sprint Cars presented by A&J Custom Creations. It is feature race time here from Lernerville Speedway. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. Kenny Hoffman lines up the 11 machine from the pole position from the outside of the front row. The 98 car of Tim Ryan from position number 2. From position number 3 with the 54 car of Gunnar Harris, and from 4 driving car number 32, Anthony Morano. Your 5th starter in car number 8, it's Ross Kaiser. From 6, it's the 35 of Miles Jansen. From 7, it's the 81 of Joshua Walton. From 8, the 99 of Donald Talos. From 9, it's the 518 of Joseph Grandy. From 10, the 39 of Patrick Spangler. From 11, the 56 of Randy Shreves. From 12, the 7 of Craig Silby. From 13, the 49 of Jesse Bairney. From 14, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. From 15, the 5 of Ashton Miller. From 16, the 73, Nicholas McGeethy. From 17, the 96 of Nicholas Schell. From 18, the 77, Dustin Sargent. From 19, the 214 of Stephen Lindo. From 20th, the 29 of Stephen Fernberg. From 21, the 814 of Brad Waite. And from 22nd, the final row in car number 95, that is Dakota Kuhn. It's time to go racing here at Lernerville Speedway. Kenny Hoffman and Tim Ryan on the front row, who will take out round number 7 of the American Dirt Series 360 Wing Sprint Cars presented by A&J Custom Creations. It's time to go racing as the field works down the back straightaway. The field will tighten up off for corner number 4. It's about to go down. Let's get dirty for 30 here at the Lernerville Speedway. And Kenny Hoffman's going to lead the field down into turn number 1. 3 wide for the race lead. Hoffman, Ryan come together. Oh boy, Ryan off the racetrack. Morano off the racetrack, and just like that, Kenny Hoffman in your front row, along with Miles Jazz in your front row. Well, they're going back to the pits to get some fast repairs. Well, I wonder if we're going to get a good shot of this one. On the drone. 3 wide. Morano involved. Ouch. Hoffman got hit from behind late in that one. So Hoffman back in the pits. I dare say after probably calling a tow. It's really going to change things up now, because that's going to give Gunnar Harris a race lead. Dale Jr. cheering on. There he is. I believe we are still on 2 to green. I think they might be waiting for the 11 car of Kenny Hoffman to come back out onto the racetrack. We'll see what the lights do here on the pace track, whether they go and turn off or whether they stay on. They are off for the moment. Hoffman rolling back out onto the racetrack right now. Single file restart, so we're going to put one in the books here once we go back to green. So the lights are definitely off. We are definitely going racing. Gunnar Harris, Donald Talos, and Joseph Grady. Here we go, a slow crawl, steady pace off the turn number 4. We're back to the green flag. Back racing in the main event. Spangler up the starting position, number 10. He's now one spot out of a podium position, and he won your B main. And at the completion of lap number 2, Patrick Spangler goes from 10th to 2nd. Boy, a bit of luck in the 39 car right now, but boy, I tell you what, he might just be good later on here. He's already turned quite a fair bit of laps here at the Lernerville Speedway. He'll slide it up in front of Joseph Grady. Boy, these two no strangers to racing one another, whether it's sprint cars or previously a couple of weeks ago, last season in the Coast to Coast Racing League, doing it in the modifieds as well. But this time here tonight, doing it in the 360 wing sprint cars. Here's Dustin Sargent off the racetrack, coming back on. Let's see what happened with the 77 car. Ouch. Oh my. Some elevation in that 77 car. Probably lucky that light stopped him at the end of the front straightaway. That one right there. So Sargent will tag up the tail end of the field. Double file restart is in effect. And we are back live here at the Lernerville Speedway in your main event. Spangler fending off a challenge amp from Joseph Grady through 1 and 2. Here comes a 56 car right now. Rennie Shreves down to the inside, looking for 4th. Now even looking for 3rd there as he gets by Talos in the 99. Here comes Craig Silby making the aggressive move, aggressive slider into 1. But Silby now going to have to give that spot back, as will Shreve. So Talos back to the 4th spot. In fact, maybe not. Oh, Tim Ryan back in the pit area. So what happened to the 98 car? Of nowhere to go. Stephen Lindo in the 214 machine. Some checkups in front of him, and a couple of drivers again. These drivers just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. So we get ready to go back green in what will be 6 laps complete, 24 still remaining here at the Lernerville Speedway. will it be? Can Gunnar Harris hold on? Still very early in this race to determine who is going to go to victory lane. Spangler gets back to the cushion into 3 and 4. I just wonder if we'll see anybody else go to the bottom or make the middle line work. This racetrack very known to be running one lane up on the top shelf. Boy Selby just getting into the left rear there of Jesse Bandy. Here comes Walton now by Dean Reynolds down the front straight away. Walton making the inside line work, as was Ross Kaiserville trying to make it work. Jansen around the outside of the 96 car. They make a bit of contact. Kaiser comes in. Kaiser, look out, he's going to drive it off the racetrack to see if we stay green. So he will go back to the pits and we will call a yellow. Trying to do the right thing, but unfortunately he is going to be getting a virtual tow. Again, we'll get this field lined up behind the iRacing.com pace truck. Again, we get this field lined up behind and are ready to go racing off for corner number 4. Gunnar Harris is your race leader. Gunnar Harris, can he go to victory lane for the first time this season? No Whiteman, no Helms. No Avila. Kenny Hoffman was the only driver and is the only driver to go to victory lane this season in this field. So the odds are stacked against Kenny Hoffman back in 13th position. So we could be seeing a driver emerge victorious here. You've got a 21 out of 22 chance. McGinty coming after the 99 car of Talos. In fact, gets into the back of Talos and Talos goes off the racetrack. Walton now trying to capitalize on that. Walton going to slide up across the front of the 73 car of McGinty. Couldn't complete the cross back there of McGinty. Now Bandy, Jesse Bandy in that 49 car. Meanwhile, Dean Reynolds now. Oh boy, here comes Craig Silver and Anthony Morano coming together, boys. It's not quite Valentine's Day, as there goes Anthony Morano off the racetrack. And you just get the feeling right now that tempers are starting to flare here at the Lernerville Speedway. 16 to go at the start-finish line for your race leader. Gunnar Harris has got nearly a 1 second lead. Sargent around the outside in that number 77 machine, got by Ashton Miller, and if Miller can survive, you just know he's going to have the points lead after this main event. 15 to go right now. Harris, a 1.1 second lead over Patrick Spangler, Joseph Grandy, Randy Shreves, Nicholas McGeethy. Now here's the battle on for 6 and 7. Jesse Bandy slides it up. Oh no, McGeethy off the racetrack. Yellow is out with what will be 13 remaining. Yellow comes back out onto the racetrack. Again, the temp is starting to flare on the racetrack. It is still anybody's race. And like I said, Kenny Hoffman was the only driver so far in this 22-car field to go to victory lane this season. For everybody else, they're all searching for their very first victory of the season. And again, time will tell on how and who will go to victory lane. You've got 13 to go at the line. Safety car is off, 13 to go. Gunnar Harris, although started third, he's led every lap of this feature event. Patrick Spangler's had a solid run, going from 10th to 2nd in the space of 2 laps. 3 wide as Walton tries the inside there on Shreves. Meanwhile, it was Joseph Grandy who just set sail on the top of the racetrack through 1 and 2. Will now do the same into 3 and 4. Patrick Spangler trying to track down your race leader, who was already got 3/10 of a second. Although Spangler looked a little quicker there on the previous lap. He was in fact 6/1000 of a second quicker. And the 2 guys out in front, 14-1s right now. Everybody else 14-4s, 14-5s, and a couple of 14-3s. Although that last lap, Gunnar Harris just said, yeah, that's okay. You can be 6/1000 of a second quicker there on the restart. But that lap and a half, he was a 10th and a half quicker than Patrick Spangler. 20 down and 10 to go. Jesse Bandy around the outside of Randy Shreves to move into the top 5. Miller coming. There's Kenny Hoffman. And you got to wonder if Kenny Hoffman, if he has a couple of late race cautions and picks these cars off very quickly. Walton gonna go around. Is that the first part of what Kenny Hoffman needs? Now he's gonna go back to the 6th spot right now. Hoffman will go back to the 6th, maybe 7th spot with Walton going around. Only time will tell where the 11 car lines back up in this field. You just know when you get down to the nitty-gritty part of a 30-lap feature event, you know the tempers start to flare and the tensions rise. Who will take their 360 wing sprint cars to wing sprint car to victory lane? So far, it is Gunnar Harris. We are ready for a restart. We go back to the green. We go Gunnar Harris, Patrick Spangler, and Joseph Grandy. 1, 2, and 3. Look out, Ashton Miller trying the inside there on Kenny Hoffman. Let's keep an eye on Kenny Hoffman. Sitting back there in position number 5. 2 for the price of 1. No! Oh, Grandy! Grandy over the cushion into the concrete wall. And it was a move that from Kenny Hoffman may have just spooked the 518 car. It almost didn't look like that he was going to have anywhere near enough time to pull that up, but he does. And unfortunately for Joseph Grandy, he absolutely nails the guardrail. So Hoffman in position number 4 now. After starting pole and at the not even completing a lap, didn't even get to turn 3 on lap number 1. He was involved in an incident. He comes back out and he is now driven from 22nd. And he is going to restart in 4th position. He is, like I said, he is the only driver in this field, in this A-main field, that has gone to victory and tasted success this season. Last week at the Volusia Speedway Park, it was Josh Wyman who picked up his 2nd win of the season. And you go back a couple of weeks prior to tonight at Lernerville National Speedway. That is where Kenny Hoffman had a trip to victory lane. Lights are out. Things are starting to fall in place for the 11 car of Kenny Hoffman. Coming back to green. There we go. 6-lap shootout. A 6-lap sprint to the end. Hoffman right upstairs through 1 and 2. Will he cut down to the inside? Yes, he does. Slide job coming for the 3rd spot. Oh, no! Hoffman and Shreves come together. Shreves keeps it going. We are going to stay green. And Hoffman has found himself in 3rd position, but not without the challenge right now on what will be a new points leader after tonight with 4 to go. It's Ashton Miller. Oh boy, hitting a shot in the shorts there from the 77 car. Sargent Jansen going to go around. Dakota Kuhn around. Stephen Lindo around. Josh Walton around. The 96 of Nicholas Shell around. Shreves around. Shreves slowing on the back straightaway. And 2 to go. Green, white checker. Still a lot at stake for these drivers here at Lernerville Speedway. It's definitely, it's not over until it's over. Here we go, the first and hopefully our only green-white checker of the night. Gunnar Harris 2 laps away from victory lane. Patrick Spangler 2 laps away. Coming back to the green we go, we're back underway. Main event time. A 2-lap sprint to the end. Miller tried the inside there on Kenny Hoffman. If he can get to the white flag, he may not be denied a feature race victory. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go for Gunnar Harris in car number 54. Spangler still sitting himself in the 2nd spot. He's done that since the completion of lap number 2. But into 3, off the corner number 4, Gunnar Harris is going to go to victory lane. Gunnar Harris will pick up the win here tonight from the Lernerville Speedway. Let's take a look at your A-main results coming up on screen. Here they are after 30 completed laps. Gunnar Harris gets the win over Patrick Spangler and Kenny Hoffman. Hopefully we'll chat to those 3 drivers here in just a few short moments. It is going to be a very quick one, that's for sure. Ashton Miller, Dustin Sargent will come home in 4th and 5th position. 6 is going to go to Dean Reynolds. Brad Waite in 7th. Dakota Kuhn in 8th. 9th to Stephen Fernberg. Randy Shreves going to round out your top 10. 11th is going to be Nicholas Shell, Miles Jansen in 12th, Joshua Walton 13th, Stephen Lindo, Donald Dulles 14th and 15th, Joseph Grandy, Jesse Bandy, Nicholas McGeethy, Craig Silby, Anthony Morano in 20th, and then the final 2 cars, Ross Kaiser and Tim Ryan. Let's go trackside and chat to your top 3. Let's chat to the man that comes home 3rd place here tonight, driving car number 11. That is Kenny Hoffman. Kenny, congratulations on the 3rd place finish here tonight. And, well, I mean, that was eventful from start to finish. We go back to lap number 1, the incident there in the middle of 1 and 2. You have to drive your way back through the field. And, you come up 2 spots short. But I guess in the end, after what happened there on lap number 1, you might take a 3rd place finish.
Yeah, we definitely had speed. I felt like when we were up front, we were going to be pretty hard to beat. Probably would have been a good race with Tim. It was just, unfortunate that, that situation happened. Just nothing more than a racing deal. I mean, it is what it is. Sucks, but, like I said, it is what it is.
Mate, 5 more laps. Do you think you had anything for Patrick or Gunnar Harris there for the top 2 spots?
I don't know, because I threw a slider on somebody, and I could have sworn I cleared it, and I got ran over in my, my rear axle or something. It was weird. I got hit left side or something, and I think it bent the wheels out a little bit. So, that last yellow, we were really just hanging on. So I mean, if we if we had a perfectly fine car and stayed up front, I mean, I think, we would have been pretty hard to beat, but that wasn't that wasn't what happened, and we had to just come through and just do what we could, the best that we could do.
Kenny, one on 3rd place. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 11 car.
Yeah, just, I got a huge shout out to, Nitro Circus, everybody over there that just started, this dirt oval team, and, me and Ross are able to represent them for the World Championship. So, huge shout out to Nitro, Next Level Racing, Apex Gaming PCs, JRB Design, M9 Performance, and if I forget anybody else, then my apologies. And then, thank you for broadcasting again for us, and thanks for, Cody and everybody else that puts the league on.
There we go. Kenny Hoffman home in 3rd place. Home in 2nd spot tonight, driving the 39 car. It is Patrick Spangler. Pat, mate, you win the B main, and at the end of lap number 2, you go from 10th to 2nd. Boy, that was a hellacious start there. But boy, I tell you what, you really had to dig deep there in the end of that feature race.
Yeah, running up there with following Gunnar and then Kenny coming up. They both have over 500 starts just this year alone, 2,000 in their career. And I have 67, so they definitely are on the sim a lot more. I had to be on my toes and gave everything that last lap. I think I broke every thing in the front end there. But, yeah, that was fun. A lot of cautions, but able to just keep it out of the wrecks and come home in 2nd.
After having to run the B main, do you feel like that you had any sort of extra advantage, knowing that what the track was like?
I don't think the track really changed, but I did have, I guess, just better mindset because I couldn't get anything going in qualifying or the heat race. So it was nice to get everything put together in the B main, get a solid win there, and then carry that over into the A main.
Patrick, well done on 2nd place here tonight at Lernerville. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 39 car.
Yeah, just you for the awesome broadcast doing every league you do and everything you do for iRacing. Cody for running the league and putting up with everybody's attitudes. Training Wheels Racing, Dude XM Designs for the design. And Dad and Uncle back on watching.
There we go, Patrick Spangler home in 2nd spot. And well, he started inside the 2nd row. He was not going to be denied a victory here tonight. Home in 1st place is the 54 car of Gunnar Harris. Gunnar, congratulations on this victory. Well, you started inside the 2nd row. After a lap 1 incident, you inherited the race lead and you lead all 30 laps. You must be pumped about this result.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. Just that sucks that that deal happened because I think for the fastest right now in the league, we're up there. Me, Tim, Ross, and Kenny, and then that happened and wiped them three out. I would have liked seen what I can do against them. I've been pretty good all week, and this is my best track, so I was just gonna try and see what I can do against Tim and those guys. But then that happened, so yeah, man. But other than that, we're just able to keep it clean out front and for all 30.
When you got Tim and Kenny on the front row and you line up inside that second row, going into a 30-lap main event at your best track, what was the mindset for you like?
Well, I didn't really get a clean lap in the warm up, and Tim had set I think a 12-9, and then went back and watched, and he was on the bottom, so I kind of was just gonna roll the bottom for the first corner, and then kind of see what my car felt like down there. I didn't think I really had to gear to run down there, so I didn't really expect him to go down to the bottom middle, I guess, there on the initial start. That kind of forced me to actually pin the bottom, and it felt okay, but again, I just don't think I really had the gear to be able to drive off the corner. So I just hopped back up top, and to be honest, my car, it didn't really go away at all. I was running nines and O's pretty consistently. I don't really think I went out ran a one other than maybe 2-3 laps, but so that's pretty good. My car didn't fall off at all there at the end.
Got a couple of late cautions there that after you had a good about a 8/10 to a second lead, probably getting towards the back end of that feature race. You have a couple of late yellows. What goes through your mind as you're rolling around, knowing that you got Patrick behind you, and then you got Kenny behind them, and now Ashton, who is what should be the points leader, sitting back there in fourth position. What goes through your mind as you're just sort of rolling around on the racetrack?
I felt like I said, I felt pretty good the whole race. So I was just kind of waiting to see Tim, Ross, or Kenny's name really pop up on my relative, and you just gotta, in times like this, you just gotta know who you're racing against, and just watch the sliders and that and that sort of thing. The way the restart zone is here, where you have to be able to only fire off turn four, it doesn't really give the leader much of an advantage since the turn's pretty, narrow, I guess you can say. So, yeah, man, you just gotta be, make sure that the the slider's not coming, especially because we don't have mirrors in this league. So you just gotta kind of watch the relative. And I know Patrick, he was just hanging with me a little bit. If I mess up, he probably could have slid me or something. But I don't know if there's enough grip across the center to be able to actually hold a slider. So I was just trying to keep my car pretty clean and yeah, man, just make sure I didn't do nothing stupid to cost me a win.
Well, Gunnar, first time you visit Victory Lane here this season with the American Dirt Series and A&J Custom Creations Sprint Car Series. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate, but of course, before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 54 car.
Man, I'm pretty much solo right now. I'm just I gotta thank Tim Ryan for the good setups that he builds and provides for us out there. So if you don't have any setups, go out there to Speed Factory and go ahead and get yourself exactly what I ran in this feature. So other than that, man, you guys for broadcasting and these guys for putting on the league.
There we go, Gunnar Harris, your winner here tonight from the Lernerville Speedway. And of course, that will wrap us up here on Ultimate Dirt TV for what is round number 7 of your American Dirt Series 360 winged sprint cars presented by A&J Custom Creations. We've still got 3 weeks left. Next week, Williams Grove Speedway, followed by Port Royal to round out the year. And then the final race of the season, January 5th, 2024. The dirt track at Charlotte will play host to the final round of the season. And until then, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the manager behind the scenes, I'm Brett Wheeler signing off, saying goodbye. We'll see you next time.